Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do something fun with those custom papers we created. Stay tuned. So, aren't you guys all excited about making your own paper using napkins and cardstock? It is that simple. And now you can just take a napkin, any napkin, something that catches your eye, and turn it into whatever it is you need for it to be. Let's say you can't afford a whole bunch of 12 by 12 paper, but you happen to have some napkins and some plain old cheap run-of-the-mill cardstock. Pull it out, turn it into your own designer 12 by 12 paper, and then craft with it and turn out something absolutely beautiful. Today, we are going to take this page and turn it into something not only beautiful, but useful. And it's something that you guys see me make every holiday season or just randomly. And we are going to make it. And the reason why I'm using this paper is because I want to show you guys, even though it's a busy background, we can still use it for scrapbooking and we can still turn it into something absolutely awesome. And so this is a two-part video. One part we're going to focus on this, and then the second part we are going to make some custom packaging using this same paper, and then we are going to package that so that we can present it for sale. So let's get started on using this, and we'll walk through the techniques of how, even though we have a busy background, we can put items down on it to still keep the cuteness of the background, but make the items that we put on top of it pop and stand out. So here is what we're going to do, guys. We are going to create a scrapbook page. Even though we have a busy background, we can turn this into a scrapbook page. It can be a great scrapbook page for the couple's first Christmas, the baby's first Christmas, whatever it is that you want to commemorate. We have the busyness going on, but we're using ideas and concepts to take our eyes away from how busy the paper is while still enjoying the paper. So what we're doing is we're laying down some mats to separate the white from the white in this, and then we are pulling in green, which really helps to balance everything out. So when you take a good look at this, if you had photographs on here, you can certainly see them, but you can also see the decorative elements that are a part of this board as well. So let's make this. So to make our board, I am using a 10 by 10 piece of chipboard, and then I have my 12 by 12 paper that I created with a napkin, and I've already put my adhesive on it using my adhesive system that I have, but you can do yours with tape. I would not use glue as the main portion of this because it might warp your chipboard. So you can take strips of tape and just lay it down so that you can place it down wherever you need for it to be. So I'm just smoothing this out. Then I'm going to take this and just fold it over because these napkins are not going to crack. And now I'll use my scissors and I am going to miter my edges. And because I was able to put adhesive on the entire sheet, I don't need to add any adhesive here. But if I did, I could do it with my tape runner simply by laying it down that way. Or we could take glue and just run glue all along each four sides. And then you're going to take this and just fold it over on all four sides. So then I'm going to take my wide little spatula here and get everything stuck down. I actually found this at Tuesday morning a while back and found it recently when I was cleaning, and it's great for going over large areas. So now that I have this stuck down, I am going to flip it over, and we need to cover the back with a 9 3/4 by 9 3/4 liner piece. Now again, I have used my sticker maker, my Creatopia, to place sticker adhesive on the back of this from end to end, But if you don't have a system like that, just lay down your strips of tape on the exposed chipboard and then go around the ends of your liner piece with glue and put it down. So now all I'm going to do is take this, lay it down, use my big fat spatula and get that stuck. Now we're only going to be working on the front of this board, but you can see you have a nice canvas to work on the back as well, so you could double side this for sure. All right, so now that we have this down, I have some mats. I've got 2 mats that I'm going to use on this. I have one red mat that is 4 by 4, and a white mat that goes with it is 3.5 by 3.5. Then I have a red mat that is 4 by 6, and a white mat that is 3.5 by 5.5. The way that I am going to put these down is I will use my tape runner and place tape on these and just place them down just like that. Okay, so I have both of my mats down, and now it's just a matter of figuring out where I want to place the mats and then what type of decorative elements I want to bring in. So on this one, I'm actually going to bring in candy cane red, but this time I am going to take the candy cane red and put it right here at the top, and then I'm going to take this holly jolly green and place it right there, and you can see automatically how that breaks up all of that busyness, and you now know that you've got a scrapbook page that we're going to work with. So the stickers that I'm using are chipboard accents from Echo Park, and I got these at Tuesday Morning. I know a lot of you don't have Tuesday Morning, but you can probably find these type stickers on sale at your local craft store, and these make great ways to dress up your projects in just a matter of minutes. So what I did was I just took some elements from that sheet, and I am going to play around with my placement to see where I want it, and I think I want it right there. So I am going to go ahead and take that off, and these stickers don't have the best stick on them, so I am going to place some glue on this because I don't want this coming up. And then I am going to get this stuck down, pick it up and look at it. And I'm a big fan of eyeballing, as you guys can tell. And then I will make sure that I've got it nice and stuck. And then I'll flip it over, and I am just going to trim off that excess. And now we've got that nice little top there. And I am going to go ahead and stick down this one that says Holly Jolly. Try to get it in the middle. And you guys can already see how the breakup is taking place because we've got this separator, which is separating some of the busyness up there from the busyness down here. So by placing the mat on top of this decorative red, the eye is again drawn away from all the busyness, and we have focal points that the eye is now drawn to. And that's how we need to look at things when we're working with busy papers. What can I put down to tame the paper and to take my eye from all of this busyness to focal points, but still have that busy in the background? So I am going to take my tape runner, put some tape on the back of my mat, and then I want my 2 mats placed down just like this. And let's put some tape on the back of this one. And I'll take this one. And I'm going to place it down just like that. So now we have this, and this is great, but if we add some more elements of contrasting colors, we again continue to break up the busyness of this. So I am going to take this Merry and Bright and place it right there. And then I have this one that says Christmas Carols, and I am going to just place a little bit of glue on that and put that one right there. So now you can see that the eye is not going crazy because we're focusing on the look of this board. Now if you wanted to, you could add some more to your board. I'm not going to add any more to this because I think I have enough on the board. I think that it looks great. But you could actually just add a little bling here if you wanted to. I wouldn't add too much more to the actual pattern itself, but you could come down to the bottom and in red or green put 2020 so that you would have the year that you actually celebrated this holiday. But this is how easy it is for us to create wonderful memories. You can take this board, you can frame it, you can set it on an easel and put it out as part of holiday decor, or you can mount it in a scrapbook. There are so many different things that you can do with this, and it just gives us an opportunity to say, hey, this was a wonderful Christmas memory or a wonderful holiday memory, whatever holiday you're celebrating, and I want to make sure that I commemorate it. And this is one of the hide and seek items that will be on my website at some point. And I'm not telling you guys when I'm doing hide and seek. It may be done several times a day. It may be done once or twice a week. Who knows how often I'll do it. But this will be one of the things that I'm adding to the growing list of things that I'm actually going to put out on the site for you guys. So I am going to bring the other one back in so you can see these two beautiful boards. The mats are laid out a little differently, and we have our breakup pieces in different spots, but you can see how we have these wonderful boards that, although we started with a very busy canvas on which to work, we tamed it, and we now have something where the eye is not confused about what is the purpose of this particular craft. So we are going to move on to craft number 2. All right guys, so we're going to make something oh so easy to make but also useful. We are going to use that same paper that we created to make some packaging. Packaging sells. So if you're doing a craft fair, consider selling some packaging as a part of what you're selling on your table, because everyone loves the look of a well-made box. And that's exactly what this is. I haven't put it together yet. I haven't glued in the bottom because I want it to be flat fold. And so when I take it out, this is what we're going to have. And if you're selling this, then of course we would add the tape so that whoever is getting this can simply peel off the tape and fold their box. So we're going to make this, and then I'm going to show you guys a very simple but effective way to package it so that you get the maximum bang for your buck when someone is visiting your craft fair table and looking at some of the things that you have. Or if you want to package these up and give them as gifts, this will also be a very cute way to do it. Okay, so let's bring in our beautiful, beautiful paper. And I have trimmed this paper to 12 by 11 1/4. And on the 11 1/4 inch side, I'm going to score at 2, at 8, at 10 3/4. And then we're going to rotate it to the 12 inch side, and we're going to score at 2 3/4, at 5 1/2. I'm going to make a mark and move over because my 5 1/2 mark is in a very funky spot on this board. And then 8 1/4, and then at 11. So the scores on the 12 inch side are 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. So then we need to fold and burnish all of our scores. Alright guys, so then we're going to have some corner pieces that we need to remove. We're going to have a very narrow flap on the side. We'll have a corner rectangle, a rectangle here, and then a smaller rectangle there. We simply need to remove those. So I'll go up to the score mark, angle in just a little bit, and remove it. And then I'll come to this side. I'm going to drag down and remove this piece. So this is our glue tab. And along the bottom, this is the top because we've got the fold-in flap. This is the bottom. So all we're going to do is wherever we have a score mark, we're going to angle in our tabs out on the bottom, just like that. Now we can rotate it, and we are going to go up to the second score mark and just drag straight down. Okay, so here's our glue tab. The panel opposite the glue tab is your back panel. So when you fold it up, this is what will be at the back. So that means that we need to skip this one, take this one, and fold it in. So we're going to place some glue on this one, and I just fold in because it gives me a very professional finish to the opening of my box. And then we're going to get this stuck down just like that. And now you can see that we'll have this piece coming over as the flap. So now we have these two side pieces that are on the opposite sides of what we just folded in. First off, let's go ahead and just reduce these in size. So we're basically going to trim them pretty much in half. And now we'll come back and we're just going to angle in on both sides. We're going to be left with this. And on the flap here, we just need to do a very slight angle, and you can see how much I took off. It's just a sliver. And we're only doing that so that the box will fold in easier. If you have a corner rounder, that's a great place to use it because you can just round the edges and it closes very easily. So now we have our little box that is ready to be put together. But before I put it together, I'm going to take a strip and just put it down for decorative purposes. So I am going to take some glue, put some glue on this. Then I'll take this piece, place it wherever you want, guys, and I'm just going to lay it down. Then I'll make sure that I've got it nice and stuck, and I'll trim off this excess. And then once I have that down, I'm simply going to go back and reinforce all of my folds where I've added that red trim, just to make sure that everything is nice and crisp. So now I can take my box and glue it together. But I am not going to glue the whole thing together. I'm just going to glue the glue flap portion. So I'll take this, bring it over, and I'm making sure that I match up my score marks so that I have a box that will lay nice and flat. And then I'll just use a little spatula here, get everything nice and crisp. And now you can see I have a wonderful flat fold box. So what I'm going to do at this point is just take these and tuck them on the inside and get them out of the way, because that is how I want this to lay inside of my packaging. But before I do that, I am going to add just a little decorative piece just to give this some cuteness. So I have added some glue to the back of this Happy Holidays sticker. I am going to make sure that I am at the front of my box, and I know it's the front because that's the piece I folded in. And I am going to just put this down right there, and we're going to get it stuck down just like that. So now we have a gorgeous, gorgeous flat fold bag that we can package in sets to gift or to sell. So I am going to bring the other one back in, and I am going to turn these so that when I have them in the package, both sides show the decorative element that's on them. So now I'm going to take these and just put them down inside of a plastic baggie. And then I'll peel off that adhesive strip, and I am going to take my adhesive and just fold it over, but I want to leave just a little bit of clear space. And now when I shake this down just like this, I'm going to flatten it out and get that air out. I have this little red topper that I'm going to put on the top, and to do that I am simply going to use my tape runner and run tape on this. And I'll take this and I am going to put it down just like that. And so you can see we have a cute little package, but we're going to make it just a little bit cuter. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of my chipboard sticker there, trim it off. I'm going to add just a little glue to it because it doesn't stick well. And now I'll put this down again. And you guys can see that no matter what we're doing, it's the little things that we do that make the difference between our projects being and our projects being wow. So then I have this sweet little bird. I am going to take just a little bit of glue, stick him down. His buddies outside of my door approve because they are chirping like crazy. And now you can see we have an awesomely sweet package of packaging. And trust me when I say this, guys, if you package your projects right, if you make them the highest quality that you can, people will recognize that, and people will want to either receive gifts from you or to purchase items from you. So there we have it on our packaging. So there you have it. You've got your scrapbook pages or scrap boards, and then you have your packaging. And you can already see what a statement these would make being displayed on a table at a craft fair, because these colors are the colors that our eyes are naturally drawn to. We like vibrant. Whether we realize it or not, we go for vibrant. Red pulls us in. These are the things that we have to think about if we're doing craft fairs. These are the things that we have to think about if we're just doing Christmas crafting in general. Yes, craft what you like, but remember that when you're crafting for others, take into consideration what might also be appealing to them. So guys, I hope these projects have been inspiring to you. And I hope that you're going to be making lots of paper from napkins, because it changes the game. So I hope that you've liked this tutorial. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel and you want to play hide and seek, go ahead and subscribe. Guys, y'all have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.